Hello everyone, this is Karthik from Team Sookshmas. Today I'm going to discuss about solution for placement activity questions. And this is the first question. This question belongs to Java, JDBC question. Find out the steps to design JDBC application. This is the first option. First one is load and register the driver. Second one is establishing the connection between the Java application. And third step is prepare either statement or prepare statement or callable statement object. Fourth one is write and execute the SQL queries. And the fifth one is close the connection. And this is the second option. First one is load and register the driver, prepare either statement or prepare statement or callable statement object, and establishing the connection between the Java application. The next step is write and execute the SQL queries. And the fourth last step is close the connection. And this is the third option. In that third option, first step is load and register the driver, prepare either the statement or prepare statement or callable statement object, and establishing connection between the Java application, closing the connection, write and execute the SQL queries. And fourth option is option 1 is also true and option 2 is also true. And what exactly the solution is? The solution is for this is the proper one. First, we have to load and register the driver. After that, we have to establishing the connection between the Java application. After that, you can create a statement object or prepare statement object or callable statement object. After that, we have to write and execute our SQL queries. At the end, we have to close the connection. This is the first option is right for the steps to design the JDBC application. This is the second question. Find out the class in below. The first driver, driver manager, connection, statement, prepared statement, result set metadata, and database metadata. These are all the following options 2, 3, 4. Second option is 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. Third option is 2. And the fourth option is 1 and 2. And here find out the class in the below. The driver manager is a class here. Driver manager is a class and rest of things is all belongs to the interfaces. Driver manager is a class. What exactly the correct answer here? The third option is specifying the two means in the sense. So driver manager. Driver manager is the correct answer. Driver manager, we call it as a class. And driver and the connection statement and prepare statement, result set metadata and database metadata all belongs to the interface. This is the third question. Which statement is true with respect to the prepare statement? The first one is when we have a requirement to execute all the SQL queries independently. And the second option, when we have a requirement to execute the same SQL queries in the next sequence where to improve the performance of the JDBC application. Third option is when we have a requirement to access the store procedure and function available at database from the Java application. The fourth one is all the above. Which statement is true? The second option is a true here. Why? Because prepared statement we also call it as a pre-compiled one. Pre-compiled one means first we have to compile and run. After that, no need to do the compilation. So that is the reason when we have a requirement to execute the same SQL query, once we compile and run, next time onwards, we can directly run the same SQL query so that it will improve the performance of the JDBC application. So that second one is true. When we have a requirement to execute the same SQL query in the next sequence, when we have to go for the prepared statement so that we can improve the performance of the JDBC application also. So that is the reason they are introducing the concept called prepared statement. This is the fourth question. Import java.sql.star and public class Sookshmas and execution of the program begin from the main. These are all the steps and we need to how to create a how to do the steps to connect with the Java database, with the Java application with the database. This is what the question. So we need to follow some 5 steps to connect the database with our Java application. First one is already explained. First one is we have to load the driver. Second one is we have to establish a connection within the database. And next one is we have to run the queries. After that, that should be stored in a result set object. Okay, we are trying to display all the information. Then after that, we need to close. So you can remember the steps also. This is the steps: load and register the driver, establishing the connection between the Java application. You have to prepare the either statement or the prepared statement or the callable statement object. Then we have to run the SQL queries. Then after that, we need to close the application. And here I'm asking the question like compilation fails at line 4 and the compilation fails at line 5 and the compilation fails at line 7. And these are all the following options. And the fourth one is indicate that none of the above. So now if I'm trying to run this code now, so before that you need to add the libraries, MySQL connector Java, then MySQL driver, and here you will get the error compilation fails at line 4. Why? Because here what type of the error here? So com.mysql.jdbc driver, the class not found exception. What exactly this here? Class not found exception. So here, so you have to write the capital D over here. Then if you are trying to run this code, so now it will hit for the database, whatever the information is there, it will display it. And one more thing, this is no compilation error. Here the error will be generated during the runtime because of I have specified the lowercase d. No need to worry about this compile time errors. Here there is no compilation error here. When you are trying to run this code, then this is class not found exception will be arises due to because of this. So you have to specify the capital D. Then no need to worry about this. You can ignore everything. Why? Because here it's not showing any error, but when you are trying to run this one, it's unable to connect with the database. We are unable to connect with the database. So I made it as lowercase d. Then if you are trying to run, you are unable to connect with the database. So when you play D uppercase, then you will get the proper answer. This is the next question. Mention the method to load the database driver in the JDBC. The first one is get connection, create statement, prepare statement, and the far name. And this is very easy. So this is the first option is true. Here the last option is true. For name method, it will be useful to load the database driver. You can see here. So this should be uppercase D, and for name method is useful to load the drivers. So fourth option is the correct answer for this. This is the next question. Public class Sookshmas, private int k is equal to 10. Class inner. This is completely, this question is belongs to the inner class concept. And class inner and void print and public static void main execution of the program begin from the main. I have created an object for the inner class, and also I'm asking whether the compilation fails at line 13 or not. And next, Sookshmas outer class dot inner, creating the reference for the inner class and created an object new Sookshmas dot inner. And also I'm asking compilation fails at line 15 or not. Then after that, I have created an object for inner class, outer class Sookshmas dot inner in is equal to new Sookshmas object dot new inner. Then these are the following options. So compilation fails at line 13, or compilation fails at line 15, or compilation fails at line 17. And the fourth option is option 1 and 2. See class Sookshmas, and here compilation fails at line number 13 also, as well as the line number 15 also. So correct option is so option 1 and 2. So with both the line you will get the compile time error. What exactly the possible solution is? So here we are directly creating an object for the inner class. See, one class, this is the class. We have a one more class inside the Sookshmas. This class we call it as inner class. We are directly created the object for the inner. So you will get the compile time error for this. Then after that, the second one, why we are getting the error here, created the reference for the inner fine, then we are created an object, new Sookshmas, dot again we are calling the inner. So this also compilation fails. How to create a exactly object for the inner? So Sookshmas outer class dot inner created the reference for the inner, then object you should be created for the outer dot object you should be created for the inner also. So after that you can call the print. So if you are trying to write these two lines, so you will get the compile time error, and this is what the proper code, how to call the method which is present in the inner class. So this is the proper code. Public class Sookshmas void m1, and here trying to print m1 method. This is the class B, and static int I is equal to 10 and static final int j is equal to 20. Here we have a method m2. Here I'm trying to display m2 method, and also I'm trying to print the value of j. And here one more class test and execution of the program begin from the main. I have created an object for the Sookshmas, and with the help of the reference I'm calling m1 also, and also I'm calling m2 also. And also I have created the reference for the inner class the B. So outer class dot inner class reference is created, and object is created for the outer class, and also object is created for the inner class. So outer class object dot inner class object, and with the help of the reference I'm calling the m2. These are the following options. Compilation fails at line 9 and 24, and compilation fails at 10 and 14. Compilation fails at line 9 and 14. Compilation fails at 14 and 24. And here the proper answer is compilation fails at line 9 as well as the 24. So why? Because here, this is the point you have to remember. Member inner class, this is the member inner class, is not allowing the static declaration directly. Inside the inner class, if you are trying to declare any variable associated with the static, so you will get the compile time error. What's a possible solution? You can use static along with your final, then it is work fine. So if I comment this, yes, everything is fine. And next error is next error. So you are created an object for the outer Sookshmas, so that with the help of that, if you are trying to call m2 method, m2 is present in the class B. So you are created an object for the outer class. With the help of the reference, I'm trying to call the m2. So for that, you are getting the compile time error. And how to call m2? Then you can directly create reference Sookshma outer class dot inner class AB is equal to created an object for the outer dot created an object for the inner. With the help of this, you can call the M2 also. Suppose I will comment this, then I will comment this. Then it is work fine. The next question, class A, class B, void M1, trying to print the M1B. This is void M2 method, trying to print the M2B. And this is the class C, that is extend from the B. Here we have a method called M3, trying to display M3C. Here we have a one more method called M4, trying to display M4C. And this is one more class test execution of the program begin from the main method. Here I have created the reference for the inner class A dot B, and object is created for the A also dot and new. This is the C. And with the help of this, I'm trying to call the M1 also, M2 also, M3 also. And then after that, I have created an object for this. Reference is created for outer dot. This is the class C. This is inner class reference. I created the reference for the inner class C, and object is created for the new A class, and also dot and object is created for the class C also. I'm asking whether the compilation fails at line 30 or 33 or 35 or 36. Now, exact answer is compilation fails at line 33. Why? Because I have created the reference for the inner class, correct? Reference for the inner class B. So I have created the reference for the inner class B. With the help of that reference, I'm trying to call M3. M3 is present in the class C. So M1 and M2 we can call it, no issue, but M3 is a method present in the class C. So that is the reason you are getting the compilation error. Then how to call this? How to call all the methods? So you can directly create a reference for the C. So outer class A dot C, AC is the reference is created for the inner class, new created an object for the A dot and C. And this C also extend from the class B. The C extend from the class B. So with the help of this, you can call all the methods. Next question, find out the valid one. Class outer, static inner class. The second one is class A1, class B1 extends A1. This is the third one, class A and the class B, and class C extends A. And the fourth option is class A and class B and class C. Class D, that is extends A dot B outer dot inner. Here we need to find out the valid one. So now, sorry, we have to find out the invalid one here. This is the fourth option. This is the invalid one. Why? Because you have to remember this point. We cannot extend one inner class. This is also inner class, and this is class D is also inner class. Class B is also inner class. We cannot extend one inner class to the another inner class, which are available in the two different outer classes, class A as well as the class C. Class D is present in the outer class C. Class B is present in the outer class A. So we cannot extend the D class, which is present inside the C, and also this is the B, which is present inside the A. We cannot extend one inner class, and also that is present in the another inner class, which is available in the two different outer classes. So this is the error. We will get it. And apart from this, yes, this is possible. We can extend an inner class from the outer class. Yes, it is possible. And this is also possible. We can extend the immediate outer class from its inner class. This is also possible. And this declaring the static class inside the another class, we call it as a static inner class. This is also possible. Next question, class Sookshmas int k is equal to 10. This is a concept is belongs to the static inner class. And void m1, here I'm trying to display the value of k, and static void m3 trying to display java 3. And this is one more class test. Execution of the program begin from the main method. I have created the reference for the inner class Sookshmas dot Sookshmas1 ab is equal to new Sookshmas and Sookshmas1. And with the help of the reference, I'm trying to call the m1, and also this is the class name Sookshmas dot Sookshmas1 static inner class and dot m3. So here these are the following options: 10 and Java. Our second option is 0 Java, and the third option is runtime error, and the fourth option is compile time error. So if you are trying to run this code, so 10 and Java will be displayed on the screen. There is no error over here. 10 and Java will be displayed on the screen. This is proper code of static inner class. Kindly practice well. See you in my next session. Thank you.